go into. I figure when I spit my red pill game, then you can kind of see what they taught me. You know, because I always reference that, man, and you know, those are my teachers, but I never go in depth about the exact lessons that I learned from them that laid the foundation for me developing to this red pill, man. Mud man, what up, homie? What up? What up? So today, man, what I did, man, is I figured, man, I'll give you guys the top 10 things that pimps taught me, man. You know, the top 10 game rules that I learned from pimps. I'm not talking about from watching pimps. I'm talking about from pimps saying, look at here, young blood. Let me tell you this. You see that hoe over there? She bad, ain't she? Man, she ain't worth 2 cents. But a trick to pick her up, man, and pay $100. Now, why is that? It's because his mind views her as a prize. My mind views her as a worker. For me, all she is worth what she can do to go get me money. To him, she's worth what she can do with the money he can afford to pay her. So this come from me just sitting down talking to pimps, man, 100% chopping it up. Tamara Reese, what up, Shawty? Good to see you in here. I mean, I didn't think I wouldn't, but good to see you in here still. So when I talk about the pimps learning game from pimps, I ain't talking about watching DVDs or hearing what somebody said. I'm talking about being around pimps as a youngster. I'm talking about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, being around them boys, seeing what the game was about. So, like, my first little girlfriend, man, used to get extra luck. And of course, I was a kid, but the first girl, I called a girl. I say girlfriend because that's all I knew to call them back then. I was a kid. So my first little girlfriend, man, like 5th grade, man, not 5th grade, man, like 5 years old. My bad, 5 years old, man. 1st grade, man. She used to get extra money from her parents, man, to buy me ice cream and extra milk at lunch, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I ever asked her to, man. I think she just did. You know, because I was different than the other little cats, man. Like, I ain't never put no pressure on no woman, man, no matter how bad she was. Because, you know, the first thing that pimps ever taught me, do what? 212, whatever, homie. Iceberg running. So the first thing that they taught me, man, is that nothing that a woman has is worth money. Regardless of however much value you put on it, that value stops when it comes to you being willing to pay money for it. Nothing she has is worth money. Look at your car. Look at your crib. Look at your clothes. Look at your gym membership if you got one. Look at all of these things and ask yourself, what can a woman give you that makes you feel as good as these things do long term? So you can create a great body in the gym and enjoy that for the rest of your life. You can maintain that for the rest of your life. You don't have to keep going in rebuilding that body over and over. Once you build it, it's easy to maintain it. Man, let me tell you something. When I get down to 9, 10%, I try not to go no lower than 10 though, honestly. When I get around 9% and eat back up to like 11, man, I be super lean. Man, I do like 25 crunches a day, man. Because my diet don't change. I don't just go back to eating all crazy. I won't say bulk, but I carb up back up to about 11 or 12%, and then I be lean. And then I just start dieting to maintain. I start eating to maintain 12%. And at that point, the work is a lot less. To get lean, man, you gotta work your ass off. But once you get lean, man, I be maintaining. All I do when I'm lean, literally, is push-ups, pull-ups, and chin-ups, which there's a difference. Pull-ups, chin-ups, and I do modified deads or Romanian deads and rep pulls. That's all I do to maintain, man. And I do bodyweight squats every morning. I mean, first thing I hit the floor, man, I do 100 bodyweight squats. And you can say bodyweight squats ain't then, do 100 on. Watch how if nothing else, watch how your hip flexors feel when you get to like 70. So, you know, you don't have to keep working on it, but nothing a woman gives you is going to give you that type of satisfaction. So what can a woman give you that's worth money? Absolutely, positively nothing, unless you're a trick. And I just ain't never been a trick. I ain't never respected a trick. I always view all tricks the same way. Whether you trick big money or you trick little money, that's just your trick regardless. Goop the Don, what up, bro? Good to see you up in here, man. So, you know, that was the main lesson. And I'm glad I learned that one young, because it was very easy just looking around to see other men, other boys, everybody feeling like they had to lead with their wallet when it comes to women, man. Let me tell you something. If you lead with your wallet, a woman will never respect you. She'll respect your wallet. Whatever you lead with is what a woman's going to respect. So if you lead with your mouthpiece, a woman's going to expect that mouthpiece of yours to keep working her mind like it is. If you lead with your wallet, she's going to expect you to keep breaking bread. That's just how the game goes, man. Dressification, what up, bro? Good to see you up in the stream, man. So the first thing that Pimp taught me, the first game rule that I learned from pimps was nothing that a woman has is worth money. In other words, never pay a trick, man. You ain't gonna ever get your money worth for it. The second thing that, oh, and one more thing about that, about nothing a woman has is worth money. Now think about the amount of money you can spend on a woman from the time you meet her. Let's say you meet a woman, you date a woman, you get serious with a woman, y'all move in together. You do, man, along the way, man, you can spend thousands of dollars without even thinking about it. Rich Life 412, what up, bro? Good to see you. So you could spend thousands of dollars, man. Then you get into tens of thousands of dollars. And now these days, if you marry a woman, her husband don't even pay for the husband. Her dad don't even pay for the wedding. Nigga, you got to come out your pocket for the wedding. And then you got to buy some expensive ring that some of these cats out here can't even afford the ring, man. You think I'm finna pay notes on a ring, man? If I'm gonna get a debt, man, it's gonna be a debt to either build a business or support my business, or if I want to buy a home, I'm not finna get no debt, man, and be paying no note on no ring for a woman, man. But these cats out here do it all the time because they feel like everything about her is worth money. It's one thing to feel like something she has is worth money. I respect the trick that just trick off for sex more than I respect the trick that just trick off for the woman because she's a woman. You know what I'm saying? More than I respect the man who just pays a woman just because she's a woman. There's a difference. At least the trick can convince himself that he's paying for a service. He can convince himself that it's a fair exchange. I give you this money, you give me this service, we're done. The man who pays a woman just because she's a woman, he's a continual ATM machine for a man, and you can't respect that. So, Scream, I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate that super chat, man. Hey, man, just keep working at it, man. Keep working. Don't put yourself on no time frame. Make a lifestyle change. And the main thing about building your body is if you're doing something for a week or two and you don't see results, you got to change it. Some ain't going to start working if it's not working. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to fitness and building a body, if you do something for 2 weeks and you ain't getting results, you got to change it. It ain't going to suddenly start working that third week. It doesn't take that long to make something work. So, Christopher Ridley, why ain't you see live, bro? I don't know, man. You put YXNT, see you live. What XNT mean, man? Does that mean can't? I don't know, man. But the second thing, man, the second rule that I learned, and these aren't in particular order. That first one was going to be number one. The rest of them, you can kind of put them where you want to put them. The second thing that I learned is women don't love you. They love the feeling they get from being with you. Let me rephrase that, man. Well, let me repeat that. Women don't love you. They love the feeling they get from being with you. You see, so even if you're a beta, a woman enjoys the feeling of comfort, the feeling of stability she gets from being with you because she knows you're a trick, you're a sucker, you ain't going nowhere. She's worried about not being able to run you off when she get tired of you. So she know you ain't gonna leave on your own. That gives her a feeling of comfort and stability so she can go out and do wild things with the alpha male because she know you're a beta and you ain't going nowhere. And vice versa with the alpha male, the woman enjoys the thrill of being with a man who doesn't let her control anything. I mean, literally, let her control anything. She can't even control her mouth because she say the wrong thing, man. He'll leave or take her home. She enjoys that. She wants to be put into her place, but she don't want to be put in her place all the time. So the excitement that she gets from being with the alpha male is tempered by the opportunity she gets to run things when she's with the beta male. So as an alpha male, that we say women love alpha males. No, women don't love any man. Women love the feeling that they get from being with an alpha male. Women love the excitement of being put in their place. Women love the control of not being able to be in control. They love to see a man control them. They love to feel submissive, but they are not going to submit to you. You have to make a woman submit by being a man who demands submission, period. You don't have to fight a woman and force her to submit. You just have to be a man that's not going to accept anything except submission. And the realest thing you can do to a woman, let her know you're not going to accept something, is leave her alone. Put her on ice. Sean Parker, what up, bro? What up? Sean say never get involved in a situation in which there's no benefits for the long haul because of the time. Yeah, man, because of the time and energy that was invested. That's real, man. And the payoff has to come quick. We ain't going to pay no games. UFO Kamikaze 1, what up, bro? Good to see you in here. So you can believe that a woman loves you all you want to, but that's why women's emotions change, and that's why their interaction with you change over anything, because any little thing you do will change the feeling she gets from being around you. So if you're alpha, the moment you start becoming beta and start taking her seriously and paying attention to her and treating her like she's a prize, she doesn't get the same energy from you as an alpha anymore. So she changes immediately. Women don't play that. They don't wait to change. They change immediately when you change. So that's why I say, man, you can never change up and try to change who you are for a woman, because whatever interaction you get from that woman, if you like it, you only gonna get that interaction if you stay the way you are. Because every piece of energy she's giving you that energy simply because she enjoys the feeling. She's in love with the feeling that she gets from being with you. Simply. There's no other way around it. If you're a man who believes, I'm going to tell you what pimps used to say back in the day. If you're a man who believes that a woman loves you, you should have never fell out your mama. She should have ended that before you had the chance to come out, because you're an idiot. Women do not love you. They love the feeling they get from being with you. That is all. And you got, and one more thing about that, you got cats out here, man, that who women don't even act like they love them. Like women act like they hate them. Women treat them bad. Women dog them out. Women talk to them bad. Don't show them any respect. And just because the woman is willing to be intimate with them, they think that represents love. You'd be surprised, man, at how many men out here are totally confused about the way you should deal with women, man. There's only one way to deal with women, and that's from a masculine alpha perspective. If you're dealing with a woman in any other kind of way, man, then you're not going to reap the total benefit of getting the positive energy that a woman will put here to give you. They ain't going to give it to everybody. Every man out here don't deserve for a woman to submit. The only man who deserves for a woman to submit is a man who's not going to submit to a woman. You know, and that's basically what it is. So this is not to say that women are bad because of this. This is just understanding women. She is not going to love you. Accept that. You could do. We always talk about in every stream, man. At some point, we get to where we talk about accepting the reality of life. You have to accept the realities of life, man. Period. And one of the realities of life is that women will never love you. They will love how you make them feel. And that is it. The moment that changes, you might as well just leave that woman alone, man. Silver Fish, what up, bro? Johnny Cash, I see you. So, number 3, and this is a big one. There's only 2 kinds of men in the world: pimps and tricks. Every man is either a pimp or a trick. Now, we can say that translates to every man being alpha or beta, red pill or blue pill, masculine or effeminate. All of these things mean exactly the same thing, because whatever one of these things governs you is going to determine whether you're going to be a pimp or a trick. That's it. See, all these new terms were created by men who don't fit into pimp, but they don't want to fit into trick. So there's a man who will prefer to call himself a gentleman than a trick, but a gentleman is a trick. There's a man who will prefer to call himself an understanding man, a sensitive man, because he don't want to call himself a trick and as a trick. Because you can't show women sensitivity. They don't respond to sensitivity. Not positively. They're not going to give you positive energy because you're sensitive. They're going to take advantage of your sensitivity. But a woman is not going to give you the feminine, submissive energy that a man is supposed to expect from a woman if you are a sensitive man. Women are sensitive. Opposites attract, not likes. If two things that are like don't attract, opposites attract, man. That's why I don't deal with these feminists, these feminazi, strong-minded, always talking about what they can do. Man, the first time a woman tell me she can do anything a man can do, man, I'm gonna tell her, well, you know what? If I was a man and somebody told me to get out their car, I could walk 10 miles if I had to get home. I said, let's see if you can do that. I don't play that game, man. I ain't dealing with none of that foolishness. So no matter what kind of man, no matter what label a man has, it all boils down to the game. It all boils down to pimping and tricking. Let me give you a history on pimping. Pimping didn't start. The pimp game as we know it didn't start until after slavery. The way pimping started was when the slaves were released, way after the Emancipation Proclamation. Yeah, they were signed, but it didn't happen immediately. But once that started happening, it was a struggle out there because now you were free. You didn't have the stability of the plantation. You had to get out here and make it on your own. Those chitlins and things that you used to be thrown out, you ain't even have that anymore. So you got out there. So you and your wife got out there. You finally had the opportunity to have your wife to yourself, have your children to yourself. Then have master coming down there, man. Getting on whoever you want to get on, man. Beating the back out whoever you want to. But then you get out there and you realize what kind of struggle it is to make that money. So what you do is say, well, baby girl, Master did like you a lot. And, he couldn't seem to keep his hands off you. And right now, what you need to do, you got to take one for the family. I'm out here doing everything I can do, baby, but you got to take one for the family. What I need you to do is go down the road to the plantation and see if you can see Master and see if Master will break you off a little something. If you go in there, and let him do what he been doing anyway. By that point, and every man couldn't do this. It takes a strong-minded man to be a pimp. So every man couldn't send his woman, even though he had been seeing Master whenever he wanted to come down there and ravish his wife whenever he wanted to. Not every man can send her back in there to get that money. But the ones who could, that's what pimping started at. Tamarise, I appreciate the super chat, shawty. Good looking out. So she goes back in there. She go back in there, and Master breaks off a little something. It becomes a routine. She got a routine. Master tell her when to come back, she come back. So you got a group of guys out here out of the 10,000 slaves that might have been freed. Well, let's just say 10,000 as a number. I ain't gonna get into the real numbers because then it's gonna turn into a roots discussion up in here, and I don't want to do that on this chat. This chat already has a topic. I don't want to turn it into that because I'll go into that and won't leave it alone. But you realize that out of all, let's say 10,000 slaves, only 100 of those men had the will, had the gumption, had the red pill mentality. Only 100 of those men were pimps by nature to send a woman back in there and say, go get this money. And so that's how pimping started. And then it got to the point where some of the white women figured out the white women who preferred black men. A couple of them figured out, well, let's go down here to town and create an environment where these men can come from the plantation and we just have these girls in here waiting on them. That's when the real game came, man. That's what turned the pimp game into what it was. And so, it takes a strong-willed man to be able to compete with that when there's a center place in the center of town that has girls in there. But the thing that they didn't have in there was a bunch of black girls. The black girls were still outside. Because, see, it was still taboo to be with a black woman unless it was in the confines of your plantation. So you didn't want to be in the center of town, up in a room at the local brothel with a black girl, who you still viewed as a slave girl. So that's how the game started, man. So, you know, this goes way back before this whole red pill. Red pill was not even a term, man, when this was going on. This is about pimps and tricks, man. Number 4, the 4th thing I learned. This is the thing that gets a lot of men caught up in situations, especially when they decide to be in a relationship with women. A woman will lie to you whenever it benefits her to lie. A woman will tell you the truth for 10 years. And then that 11th year, if lying benefits her, she'll lie to you with a straight face. And they're so in control of their emotions that they will lie to you and cry if you don't believe them. They will cry and convince you of being trusting of them, even though they know they're lying. What you have to understand, man, is that women know how men are going to respond to everything because they study us. We don't study them. We study getting money. We study a whole bunch of things. We study everything it takes to get a woman, but we don't study women. Johnny Cash, I appreciate the super chat, bro. I appreciate it, man. Good looking out. Good looking out. So whenever you think about this woman has told you the truth for 10 years. You don't even have a reason to believe that she'll lie to you. But you know what happens? She lies to you anyway, because a woman will lie when it benefits her. A woman will go somewhere to meet her ex if it benefits her. A woman will go somewhere to meet some new cat if it benefits her. A woman will take money will take money from under the mattress or in the safe and not say anything about it. And that's lying by omission of information. You understand? This is what you have to understand, man. You cannot ever believe that a woman is going to be honest to you no matter what, because a woman will undoubtedly lie to you when it benefits her. And they don't even have to tell another lie. Sean Parker just kicked it. Patrick John Lewis, I appreciate that, man. It looks better. It sounds better to me saying Patrick Jean Louis. I call it that, man. It looks French to me, man. So if I'm saying it wrong, man, my bad. If you want me, if that's a problem for you, man, then I'll say it the right way, man. So, you have to understand that we lie, and we have to lie to cover our lie, because women will keep digging. They will, and Sean Parker just touched this, they will lie. They have to tell one lie because they can cover their lie with their emotions. They can get so emotional that we'll stop focusing on the lie. They will make you feel guilty about thinking that they're lying, man. I'm telling you, this is real talk. These are the type of things that go on, man. So you must always know that a woman will lie to you whenever it benefits her. So you have to always keep your eyes open, man. Always keep your eye focus on, so you can research the situation, man. Because you can never just start believing a woman all willy-nilly. All right, man. It looked French, man. So I figured it was. I'm telling you, man. The way when you say something French, man, it got another. It's just got a. They call it the I think they call it what, the language of love, or is the romance language? I think they call it the language of love, man. Hey man, that's a hell of a language right there. I think I'm gonna learn it, man, because I've been meeting some chicks, man, from the Ivory Coast in Africa, man, and they all talk French. Some of them speak English, but the majority of them, man, are all French, and I can't even communicate with them the right way, man, because I don't know French. Last time I took French at high school, but man, that's high school. So it's one of those things where if you don't use it, you lose it. So, me too, Chad Maurice. I hate people who lie. I believe that you lie when you're afraid of the consequences of telling the truth. Like a kid will do something and lie because he know there's punishment coming more than likely. So if you're an adult and you're lying, you think like a child. You're lying because you're afraid of the consequences of telling the truth. Man, I just don't roll with that, man. So number 5 is it feeds right off of number 4 when I said that she will cover her lie with her emotions. And that is because women control their emotions like children's toys. Like my son playing with a car, just rolling it around the table when he was much younger. He's a techie now, but just rolling around the table. I mean, the car never stops. You push it, it rolls. It's gonna roll with it. It's just a toy. He's not even thinking about it. He's just playing with it because he knows it's a toy. That is how women control their emotions. It is such an easy game for a woman to control her emotions that you can never truly believe what a woman says. You have to gauge it over a period of time, because a woman can show you love and hate you. A woman can show you enough love that you go to sleep comfortably, man, and throw some hot grits on your ass, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, that patois, man. Yeah, man. That patois, man. That's cold too, man. I actually from Haiti, and yeah. I kind of I mean, I met a chick, man, once, man. Well, I met a couple of chicks over the years. I don't meet them often, who be speaking that patois, but they be from Jamaica though. And man, I'm telling you, boy, I can listen to a woman talk to me like that all day long. All right, Prince O'Neal Hawking from Zamunda. What up, man? What up? He said, shout out to all the ladies that date alcoholic men just to have easy access to his wallet. That's something they'll do too, man. That's something they'll do. Yeah, man, that Al, man, they'll throw grits on you like Al, man. So you have to understand, man, that's why I don't respond to a woman's tears. A woman can't give me no tears and expect me to respond to them, man. I don't care about her tears, because I know she can create them about nothing. Or she could think about something that's sad in her life. She could think about a relative that passed, man, and break out crying instantly. And you think she crying about what you're doing, man. All right, and you responding to it. I don't respond to a woman's emotion. That's why I make sure when a woman deals with me, she's dealing with me with a level head, and she's not coming at me from emotional space. I don't want you definitely. You're not gonna talk to me in an angry tone. I'm gonna shut down on you quick, then to put you on ice. But you talk to me in an emotional tone where it sound like you hurt, or you talk to me in a sad tone. I don't want to hear it. Go do what you got to do to get your head back level, and then come talk to me like a level-headed adult. And that's the hardest thing for women to do, man, because the catch-22 to them being in their emotions, being able to control them like that all the time, when they want to turn them on, they can turn them on when they want to turn them on, but they can necessarily turn them off when they want to turn them off. So that's why when you're in close quarters with much emotional fluctuation, because they're not in full control of their emotions unless the pressure's on. When the pressure's on, they can put the pressure on themselves and pull that emotion out that needs to get them out of that situation. You know, when it comes to lying, a woman can pull her emotions out. When it comes to trying to cover her tracks, she can pull whatever emotion out she needs to pull out, but she can't control them 100% of the time. So that's why they're emotionally all over the damn place. If you find a woman who's in control of her emotion, where she's not emotional all the time, then she's probably a pretty honest woman, because she doesn't manipulate her emotional control to try to get over on people. So she has a pretty good handle on them. Mr. Lemon challenge, they got about 2.5 languages, trying to get full 3. Yeah, man, I just started messing around with that Spanish, man. It's just in the States, man, you almost got to know Spanish, man. And I like to go out to California, man. And I actually got a business I'm planning on jumping off in California next year, man. Well, I'm with a group that's jumping off for business. I won't really be hands-on that one, because I still be down here. But you got to know it, man. You got to be bilingual at least, man. So anyway, number 6, women are always on the lookout for other men. And that's a tough blow if you're a man that's in a relationship with a woman or taking a woman seriously. This is something you must know. Women are always on the lookout for other men, period. Now, even with me, even the high level alpha male that I am a prize catch. I'm so confident in the fact that I'm a prize catch that I tell women this. I don't just go around bragging and say, hey, I'm a prize catch. Hey, I'm a prize catch. But when I meet a woman and she complains about the fact that I am what she considers cocky, when all I am is I'm a no-nonsense man. When she says that, I tell her, I'm a no-nonsense man. I have the right to be this way because I'm a prize catch. Even right now, as you just met me, you know I'm not like any man you ever met before. Now, you don't know how deep that goes, but you do know that I'm unlike any man you ever met, for better or worse. Women don't care if you're better or worse. They just care that you're different. And I can confidently say that I am 10 times different from any man that a woman has ever met. I don't care who she is and where she's been, because there's only one book of AlphaRonomy, and that's me. Chuck Spencer, you said that right, man. Never trust a woman, period, man. You just let a woman be who she is, man, and you just embrace it and enjoy it. The expectation, it's not that men trust women. It's the fact that men have an expectation for a woman to be a certain way. So, you know, yeah, Chuck. Hey, look, man, I got a lot of other things going on, man. So I try to be, you know, get a consistent time when I can. But for the most time, man, I just try to come on every day right now. I can't even fit it to a schedule, man. Like, you know, shit, man. I gotta be at a baseball game, man, at 5:30. You know, my son playing a baseball game at 5:30, man. So that's why I jumped on early today so I can get a couple of half hours in before I had to go to this game. So, you know, there are other things that dictate that, you know, that have not dictate my life, but there are other things that I have to consider. You know, I have to consider a lot of things, man, try to make everything fit where it fits. So, but man, listen, man, you complain when I went late. I went earlier this time, man. You still complain. Damn, Chuck. You gotta take it how it comes sometime, bro. Yeah, man, but you know, women, you can never believe that a woman is gonna always be. Women aren't faithful. Women will just seem faithful until a better option comes along. That's why I always say, make sure you top notch. If you're top notch, you don't have a lot of competition. If you're not top notch, then you're gonna have a lot of competition, man. I mean, you're gonna have to really work, man, to even keep a woman's interest, man. So, you know, it's one of those things where I just don't want any man to really believe that a woman is going to be faithful to him, man, that a woman ain't going to never have nobody else, that a woman is just going to be, that no matter how great you are, it doesn't matter how great you are. It's not about your greatness. It's about the fact that women are always on the lookout for other men. Women like to play the game. They don't like the game to get to the end. That's why marriages normally end in a woman shutting down on you. Once you get married, you can't even get regular sex from a woman no more, man. Eastern time too, all right, but so it's one of those things where that's the end of the game. She's bored. She wants to play the game again. So all I do is play the beginning part of the game. When it gets to the part where she want to get serious, I'm out. I just want to play the beginning part. That's the beginning part of the game is the only part that a woman is gonna put sufficient effort in. I just listen, when you're done with this stream, man, go to my channel. I just uploaded a video today, part 1 of why all men cheat. And in parentheses, I put women play a role in this. Go check that out, man. It's a 4-part series, man. And I'm gonna do, you know, for the next 4 days, I'm gonna drop one of these parts, man. It's a 4-part series, and it just explains the fact that after a certain point, women don't put forth the same effort. In the beginning, a woman puts in a lot of effort, man. It's an amazing experience, man, when you first start kicking with a woman, man. I'm talking about that's where most men get caught up and start thinking that this might be the one. Thought that ain't no the one. You give me a pair of twins, I might say these might be the two, but I ain't gonna never say this might be the one. That ain't gonna happen, bro. So that's just one thing, man. Women are always on the lookout for other men. That's just something you gotta understand. You gotta know it. Only cat I know, the only popular cat I know that's living that life, man, is D. Ray Davis. The comedian D. Ray Davis. He got 2 nice looking little chicks, man, that live with him, man. I can't do nothing but respect that brother, man. You know, that's how you do it. You have to sit 2 women down and tell them, or you had to sit a woman down and tell her, I really like you. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really like you. I can see you being on my team long term. But I'm not gonna sit here and tell you a lie that I'm gonna be faithful to you, or I'm gonna commit to you, or it's gonna be me and you, or we're gonna be not monogamous and grow old together, and I'm not gonna have another woman. But this is the thing. I want another woman, but I don't want her to be no side chick. You know what I'm saying? We all need to get along. So, you know, really, while we're out, hopefully while we're out somewhere, you know, I can meet her out there and you two can hit it off and see if y'all can get along together, because there's going to be some time y'all going to have to be, you know, in a situation together while I'm not around. So y'all going to need to get along. And that's just it. You know, it's, you know, that's just how it is, man. So you're not gonna get it from everyone, man. You probably go through 100 women, man. They be like, "No, I ain't with that," because women have a sense of entitlement. They feel like they deserve things that are impossible. Like you know how illogical it is to feel like you deserve something that's impossible to attain. It's impossible to attain that, man. So, you know, it's one of those things, man. You know what, Chuck? I guess I can agree with you on that, man. If you're not alpha. You know what I'm saying? The only problem I've ever had, man, like I've cohabitated with 2 women in my life, man. The only problem I've ever had is I get tired of them. I never had a problem with them starting to act different or doing anything like that, because I don't act different. I remain who I am. It starts to be a problem for them. But it all comes down to the fact that you just have to know the type of woman that's compatible with the type of lifestyle you want to live, with the type of man you want to be. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. But I agree. It's not something to be looking at like you shouldn't be pursuing cohabitation. That's real. So, you know, it's one of those things, man, where, you know, you just have to, Chris really say these chicks try to make you feel. That's what they want, man. They want you. Listen, the way I'm talking right now, man, everything the pimps taught me, man, is how a man should live. This is how a man should live. But they don't want you to live that way because that's a hard way for women. Women can't do everything that they want to do because you can't do it in the presence of masculinity. You put a woman in a room full of masculine men, man, she gonna cower in a corner somewhere. You put in a room full of beta males, she gonna stand up in the front of that like she the boss, man, and be barking out orders, man. I'm telling you. So, number 7, and this is another big one that men get caught up in relationships because they don't want to accept this. All women are freaks. Period. All women have a definite freaky side. They will do things that they never even thought about doing. But the one caveat is not all women freak everybody. So you could have a woman who is not giving you a lot of action outside of just basic flat back sex. You could be and maybe head on your birthday. That's not the woman that you need to be with because you don't tap into the freaky nature of that woman. There's somebody who will. There might be somebody who is already. But if you're dealing with a woman and you can't tap into her freaky nature, she's not for you. You know how many men out here, man, are trapped in a situation of marriage or something like that with a woman, man, and he can't even get no type of action, man. He's still getting the same type of action he always got, man. Listen, man, I know men who've been married, man, for 10 years and they never got head from their wife, man. Man, let me tell you something. I don't even know how you get to the point where you say, okay, I want to date you exclusively. If she ain't got no, man, that's crazy to me, man. That's crazy to me, bro. I don't even understand that. If these women really love me, they would accept polygamy. There it is, Rich Life 412. That's why I say, man, if a woman loved you, man, there are 2 things she wouldn't do. She wouldn't keep you from being happy, which means that she wouldn't interfere with you having another woman or 2. And the other thing she wouldn't do, she wouldn't dare allow you to get yourself trapped in a marriage situation. Marriage is a trap for men. What woman that loves you wants to see you trapped in that scenario, even if with herself? Any woman that will marry you hates you, man. I'm telling you, a woman that would marry you hates you. She knows how the system is set up. So, man, I'll be honest with you, man. I have never, ever in my life interacted with a woman, man, who didn't give me brain, man. I didn't even know that existed until I started coming across dudes, man, who in situations complaining about it. I'm like, man, let me tell you something. If you let a woman ration sex in any kind of way, you weak, man. Not because you allow her to do it, because you stay with her. I can't do it, bro. So you always have to remember, man, that if your woman hadn't shown you her freaky side, it's because you're not the man that brings it out of her. Now, there are women who the freak side come out of them no matter who they with. If they be with 10 men, all 10 men tap their freaky side because they just boss freaks. That's a totally different type of woman right there. That's the type of woman right there that, for me, myself, I don't even touch those type of women. If one for everybody, man, then she's beneath the level that a woman need to be on to even interact with me. I'm not going to allow a woman to interact with me if she is just basically wide open to freak anybody she meets. I mean, make it interesting, make it entertaining. You know, be able to tell me that you've never done this with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Be able to honestly say, well, I've never done this. I don't normally do it. Even if you can't say I've never done it, say you at least be able to say I don't normally do this. I ain't with that, man. But this is the thing. Any woman you meet who is not a freak, is just not a freak for you. And you cannot pursue anything further with that woman at all. You cannot pursue anything with that woman at all. Tam, you wild. You so I'm gonna see though. You keep saying it. I'm gonna bring the Bible too, so make sure you ain't a liar. You put your hand on the Bible. Let me see where I'm at, man. Number 8. All right. So now again, number 7 is all women have a freaky side, have a freaky nature. Not all women freak everybody. Very few women freak everybody. There's a woman who can have sex with me and be a boss freak and have sex with the next man and act like she ain't never had sex in her life. Won't do never lay on her back. And that's just the way it goes. And the thing is, there's a woman who would be lazy and try to mooch off one man and then get with the next man and go hard. Do whatever you want him to do, man. Be out there grinding. I'm talking about grinding. Hardest she ever grinded in her life. But this is another difference between the pimp and the trick. The pimp and the simp. Let's call it the pimp and the simp. Because not all simps are just boss tricks. So let's say the pimp and the simp. There's 2 types of men, pimps and simps. Number 8, and this rides right off the fact, this even adds more fodder to number 7, that all women are freaks, not all women freak everybody, and why you should leave a woman who doesn't freak you. You have to understand that women love sex as much as men do, if not more. So if you're with a woman and she is behaving as if she does not even like sex, that is more of a sign, man, that she is not into you. And if a woman is not into you enough, man, to be freaky with you, to be open sexually with you, then what is her purpose in your life, man? Like, a woman don't have anything worth money, but what does she have that's worth dealing with her? Her body is the only thing. And if she's not open enough with you to share that with you willingly, openly, especially considering the facts that women love sex as much as men do, she wants it as much as you do, but she's not giving it to you. That means she doesn't want it from you. So what is the purpose? What is she giving you that even warrants her being there? Nothing. There's nothing for her to do. So as men, man, you have to understand, man, any woman who is not pleasing you sexually is not worth your time, because there's nothing she could do to make up for that. What can she do besides go out and make a whole lot of money and pay you? That's it. That's all she can do. Make a whole lot of money, pay you. And then even that is still not going to warrant her being in your presence all the time, because that means you're going to have to find another arrangement when you need to have sex. You see what I'm saying? It's a crazy thing, man. So you cannot allow a woman to treat you as if she is not a sex object. And women love sex just as much as men do. And if a woman is in your presence, one of her main goals, one of her main duties, one of her main jobs, one of her main responsibilities, matter of fact, not one of her main responsibility is to please you sexually. She has no greater responsibility. Man, that should be the number 1 priority in a woman's life. If she's involved with you, her number 1 priority, I'm talking about above her job, above her children, above everything else, her number 1 priority should be to make sure that her man is satisfied. But women these days don't play that game. Women these days don't want to do that. They don't want to dedicate themselves to doing that. They don't want to prioritize you. And that is one of the main issues that I have with the whole concept of being in a relationship. Why would you be in a relationship when the majority of women are not gonna prioritize your sexual needs? They're gonna minimize them and treat them as if they don't matter. They're gonna tell you that you want it too much. That's all you think about. How many times have you heard that? All you think about is sex. All you think about is sex. You act like sex. Relationships about more than sex. Yeah, after sex. We can talk about some other stuff after sex, but before sex, they're not worth more than sex. Relationships are just about sex. That's it. It ain't about anything else. After you take care of that, and then we'll talk about some other things. If you're not taking care of that, we ain't got no conversation to have at all. Period. Yeah, that's it, cheap boy Wi-Fi. That's it, man. That's it. I mean, without that, what is the purpose, man? What is the purpose? So, you know, man, it's just one of those things where, you know, I look at it and I say, you have to, DeRay Vicious, what up, homie? Good to see you in the stream, man. So, I mean, that's one of those things, man, that men let women get away with that I feel like as men, we should really be on top of. We should be on top of that, man. Hero Apocalypse, what up, bro? Yeah, a lot of them fight, like Hero said, man, a lot of them fight the submissive aspect of it. But they fight the submissive aspect because they know that there's another man who will let her get away with everything she want to get away with without her being submissive. But I don't care what that man does. All I care is about what a woman knows she need to do with me. With me, what she needs to do is be submissive. She gonna submit to me because I'm not gonna accept anything less. If she can't submit, she can be gone. Period. I'm not playing that, man. I'm not playing that game. So, and that's why I say, man, you got to have more than one woman, man. If you got one woman, man, you got to put a whole bunch of effort into, you know, if you feel like she's worth it, very few of them are, but if you feel like she's worth it and you want to bring her, you know, you want to bring her up to speed and teach her and train her and make her into what you want her to be, sculpt her into what you want her to be, then you still got to have another woman because that's a lot of work to put into that woman. If you got to put in all that work with a woman, this is me speaking from an alpha perspective, speaking from a pimp perspective. If you got to put in all that work with a woman, man, to create what you want in her, when it's time to be intimate, you're not going to want to be intimate with her because you just put a whole bunch of effort into her. You're going to want to be intimate with a woman that you don't have to put that type of effort in. No woman deserves to have all the effort put into her and then get your intimate energy as well, man. You spoiling that woman. Jack Fromm, go turn up, man. Make it happen. Make it happen, bro. I support you 100% on that, man. So, number 8, one more time, is that women love sex as much as men do. So don't let a woman get away with treating you as if she doesn't. Don't let her get away without taking care of your sexual needs, because if she does not take care of your sexual needs, then she is basically worthless, man. Unless she's paying you. Man, listen, my motto is this. If she ain't paying you or laying you, she's playing you. And that's number 9. That's actually number 9. I hadn't even, look, if she's not paying you or laying you, then she's playing you. And AP, what up, homie? What up, homie? You ain't been in the stream for a couple minutes, man. A couple people asked about you, man. Good to see you in here, bro. So if you're with a woman, dealing with a woman in any kind of way, if she ain't giving you no money or no sex, and for me myself, I prefer money. But you can get either one because men value both. If she's not paying you, then she better be laying you. And if she's doing neither, man, she should have been gone yesterday. If she's still there, then you should be tired from carrying all that damn dead weight. She has no purpose. What? Tell me there are only 2 things of any value. I mean, even to a beta male. A beta male be in a situation with a woman, not because he value her, because he's weak. But tell me, what are the 2 things that a woman can give you that have any value? One of them is sex, and the other one is money. There's absolutely no other thing that you can ever think of. Think for 20 years. Nigga, go to sleep and dream like Rip Van Winkle for 20 years. Then wake up and tell me what you come up with. And you know what you're going to come up with? Sex and money. If she ain't paying you or laying you, then she playing you, man. Period. You can't get nothing else out of her, man. It don't even make sense to be with a woman, man, who not paying you or laying you. It don't matter what you got to lose. Go gain your peace of mind. If you gain your peace of mind, you can gain all that stuff back. But right now, you don't even have no peace of mind in that situation, because if a woman ain't doing either of those things, you feel the dead weight. You feel the weight of her just being around for nothing, keeping you from being a free man. Nigga, you gonna put yourself in prison, they ain't gonna even give you 3 hots and a cot. They're like going to prison for 10 years, they want to hold all 10 years, they don't feed you. You're gonna die. I'm telling you, man. That's all. All right. I'm coming. Somebody get the brakes beat off of them. So you have to, man, you have to really just keep in mind, man, that these principles are from the OGs. These principles are from men that we've never met men like this. I fortunately met them when I was younger. But right now, there aren't any men like this out here. Elevate Higher, what up, man? Good to see you in here, bro. There aren't any men out here who totally and completely control women to the point where they get laid and paid by them. Pimps did not pay women. They got paid by women. They did not trick off sex from women. They managed women who had sex every day, all day. But they were having sex with tricks. When they came home, whenever they got a chance to be intimate with the pimp, they were intimate with an alpha. They were intimate with a man who was in control. It was different for them. All right, go ahead, get it, AP. Get it, man. Get it. Do what you got to do, man. You're in that phase right now, man, where you can build yourself, man, dog. Don't let that get in the way. The chats will be up, man. You listen to them when you can, man. So you have to keep in mind, man, that there's nothing you can do with a woman who's not giving you anything. Like, what's your energy to even see her in the morning? How do you wake up and look at a woman, man, who's not giving you anything? She ain't paying you. She ain't laying you. There ain't nothing else. This is why I tell men all the time, all those things you value, education and her going to church and her being a good mother and her being nice. And man, I don't care about none of that. She can go be nice somewhere else. She can go be educated somewhere else. She can go to church somewhere else. She can take all that somewhere else. There's only 2 things she can provide that have any value at all. And you know how much brainwashing you have accepted and succumbed to if you allow yourself to believe that there is any other thing of value that she brings to the table. And this is my thing about marriage. Women don't even make you wait now. So you're already getting laid by her. And if she's around you, she better be involved in your business in some kind of positive way. So if she's already taking care of you sexually and she's contributing to your financial growth, then tell me, why in the hell are you going to jump across the room and go ahead and marry her anyway? Don't buy the cow when you already getting the milk for free, homie. It doesn't make sense. If all the cow got to offer you is milk and beef, I'm not a beef eater. So if all I can get from the cow is milk and I'm already getting the milk, why am I going to buy the cow? It's unneeded expenditure, man. So all I'm saying is, if you are already getting the 2 things that a woman can provide to have value, why would you further enhance her ability to control the situation by doing some dumb shit like saying, I do? It doesn't make sense, man. So get that. Never do it. Again, number 9 is, if she's not paying you or laying you, she is playing you. As a matter of fact, you are playing yourself. If she's not paying you or laying you, she's playing you, and you're playing yourself by allowing that to go on, man. So yeah, man, that beating the brakes out, it's an old saying, man, that I don't know where it came from, man. It was around when I was younger, man. Like, whenever somebody came through, man, and told you a story about some chick they just got with, man, see, man, I just went over there, man, and beat the brakes off of it. So, it's just one of those things, man. And yeah, you know what? It might have something to do with that, man. A mechanic removing stuck brake pads. It might just be an analogy that's used that way, man. So, that means you pregnant. Don't be trying to put no babies on me, Tamara Reese. I need no more chitlins. That's all I like. Is there something else that go on? So, but yeah, man. So that leads me to number 10. Just in case that situation happens, you have to remember, and this is the one of the most profound things that Pimp's ever told me. This is what kept me from being stuck in a situation that make people say, that make men fall into the trap of marriage, trap of commitment. Number 10 is never settle for one woman. Never settle for one woman. It's the most illogical thing you could do. The most illogical. It's kind of like if you only got one car. If you only got one car, you know if some shit go down with your car, you're going to be in trouble. You got to make an arrangement. If you got to put your car in the shop, you got to hope that you got to have some insurance. They're going to get you a rental car, or you got to have another added expense of a rental car, or it's just a whole bunch of things. It's like if you got one pair of pants. If you got one pair of pants, man, your water bill going to be high as shit. You got to wash them every day. It doesn't make sense to have one of it. There aren't many things where it matters, where it benefits you to have only one of them. It just doesn't. So when you look at any woman and you look at her and say, okay, the only valuable thing she can give me is sex and money. Now, how long am I going to want? Now, I take money from the same woman forever, but how long are you just going to want sex from one woman? One woman? Come on, man. It don't even make sense. So it's kind of like the homie Chris Jones at Pump Chase. And I talk about Chris a lot, man, because Chris the homie, man. Like he the homie. So and his situation just fits into a lot of things I talk about. He almost did it, man. He almost did it. But you know what he did? He dug deep into himself and found the man inside that was always telling him he wasn't gonna never do it. And that man influenced him. That man came back out and took control of his life again and kept him from making that decision. And you know what happened? The woman is still with him because she values him more than her pride, than what her friends say, than the things that influence her to do anything that's going to remove her from the blessed presence of that alpha brother. This is how you tell a man is alpha. You look at his action. There is no alpha man. There is no pimp. There is no red pill man. There is no masculine man that's going to tie himself into a situation where he's only got one woman. It's weak, man. It's a sign of weakness to only have one woman. Your libido is low or something, man. Your testosterone levels are low if you can even consider having one woman, man. Especially when she only brings two things to the table, sex and money. Now, I know that a woman might say, well, men only bring two things to the table, sex and money. No, we bring guidance. We bring protection. We bring awareness. Any woman who's become a good woman has become a good woman because she's been influenced to come with. Other women don't make women good. A man makes a woman good. There are women who've been taught all kind of crap about other women. And you know what? Those women don't become better women. They become more idiot. They become more illogical. Men make women good. A man raises a woman into the woman she's supposed to be. That's why if you meet a woman who has no relationship with her father, she's a much different woman than a woman in a relationship, than a woman who does have a positive relationship with her father. She's a different woman. I agree, Ghost and Wild Black. I agree. I feel like if you want to know what a woman should be and how a woman should be in your life, look at Denise. That's what you should expect from a woman. Those are the expectations. Yeah, society puts a lot of pressure on women to fall in line and do what society dictates and try to get a man in. Outside of that little spell, she's been holding that brother down, man, continually, consistently. And he's been and not sweating him about living his life or any of that. But she's been contributing. She's been a positive contributor to his success. That is a woman that has value. Now, she ain't got no value to marry because ain't no value in marriage. But she's a valuable woman. She's committed to his success. She's committed to his process. She's a helpmeet. That's what she is. And every man, every alpha man, every masculine man, every red pill man deserves a woman who is a helpmeet, deserves a woman who falls into a position as a support system. That's all a woman is in your life, man. Simply a support system. Now, I'm not saying you should be a lazy joker and sit on your butt all day and not do anything. But what I am saying is whatever your mission is in life, if you got a woman around you, man, that's not positively contributing to that, then you are losing. You are not winning. Even if you think you're winning, you are winning a little league championship when there's a Super Bowl trophy out there with your name on it, man. Cut those players that don't want to play for the team, man. You can't have T.O. on your team and win a championship. You can't have Randy Moss on your team and win a championship. You can go 18 and you can go 17 and 0 with Randy Moss on your team. But when it comes time to win a championship, you cannot win a championship with it because he's not a team player. You can have T.O. on your team, go all the way to the Super Bowl. And you know what? He can break a leg and come back and play in the Super Bowl. But you know what's going to happen? You can't win a Super Bowl. You can't win a championship with a player that's not a team player. Your superstar has to be a team player. And that is the bottom line. If she is not a team player, you must immediately waive her from the team. Buy her out, buy her contract out, and send her on her way. You see, Tamarese is on my team. You see it right there in big black print in bold letters, which means she's yelling it out to the world. She's on my team. And so far, she's proven to be a team player. You know what? She's proven to be a team player. There's nothing else I can say. So, and that just goes to show it doesn't matter where the team player. Listen, man, you can have any woman can be a team player. Anyone can be a team player. It doesn't have to be the woman that you involved with, that you have sex with. You do anything. Anyone could be a team player and earn her right. Let me tell you something. The team player, Tom Brady, has earned certain rights with the what's the team that Cat play for, man? The Patriots. Man, you know I don't watch sports. I had to see the thing the team that Cat play for, man. So Tom Brady has earned certain rights with the Patriots because he has proven himself time and time again to be a team player, to be a player that's willing to do whatever it takes to win, even if he got to deflate footballs, even if he got to be okay with his team filming other team walkthrough signals. It does not matter. He's doing what he wants to do, what he has to do for the team, because for him, the team winning is the number one thing on his agenda. Black Ram 313. I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate you coming through the stream, man. So it is one of those things. Hey, Black Ram, you know what, man? I'm gonna holler at you, man, by doing an interview with you, man. A totally different type of interview. I heard some interviews with you, but I'm gonna hit you up, man. I'm gonna hit you up in the email, man, and let you know what my idea is, man. I mean, I think it's a great idea, man, and it's gonna let the people see Black Ram in a totally different light, man. Because I know that we all have some. We all want to know about the man behind the ram. So I'm gonna holler at you in the email, bro. But man, so it's one of those things where you have to understand, man, that you can never settle for one woman. And any woman that's on your team is gonna have to be a contributor. And I'm talking about her value is based on her contribution. If she's a top-notch contributor, a superstar, that if she's the first one in the practice and last one to lead, then guess what? She gets the most benefits on the team. If she's someone who's just there, she comes in, does her job, and she leaves. She don't put in any extra effort. You need a woman, man, that's going to work for the team even when the team ain't playing. She got to work for the team in the off season, man. She can't just work when the lights are on, when we're on TV all the time. Even in the off season, where there's another sport taking precedence over everything. When another sport is in season, taking up all the TV time, she still has to be at the facility every day, seeing what she can do to prepare the team for the next season, man. And if you got a woman on your team who ain't doing that, man, what's her purpose, bro? What's her purpose? That's right, Chuck Spencer, keyword team. Take more than one player to be a team. Serena Williams is not a team. She's not on the team. She's on the team of me. So, number 10, man, just never settle for one woman. Now, number 11 is huge. A number 11 should be number 1. This is huge, man. Number 11 is so big, man, that I could do a stream just on number 11. Number 11 is always value yourself twice as much as you value a woman. I say that again. Always value yourself twice as much as you value a woman. Not because women have no value, but because as a red pill alpha male, you have twice as much value. You bring twice as much to at least. I'm not saying you have to cap it twice as much, but I'm saying twice as much should be the bottom of the barrel as far as the separation in the value scale. You should understand, man, that no matter what you've been told, no matter what the media tells you, look at the world we live in. Look at how this world has been built. Look at all the technology we use. Just look at everything we do and look at all the things men are responsible for. Even if you haven't created anything, you are still a part of that overall worldwide manosphere. You see, the manosphere is only as big, is only as small as we limit it to. We can say the manosphere is here, but there's a manosphere around the world, man. Even on you, listen, man, YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world, topped only by its parent, Google. So you might as well say YouTube and Google are the same thing. YouTube is the biggest search engine in the world, is a part of the biggest search engine in the world. So the manosphere is international, man. There's somebody in Timbuktu right now that's a part of the manosphere because of YouTube, man. So how can you not double your own value over women's value? How can you not look at yourself and look at every situation you've ever been in with a woman and think about the things you brought to the table, think about the things she brings to the table, and not value yourself twice as much? How can you not look at the significance in your child's life, mother's significance in your child's life, and see how much different the child's life would be without you in it? It will be different without the mother in it, but not as detrimental. The difference wouldn't be as detrimental as it would be without you in it. You see, the bottom line is you have to value yourself twice as much as you value women. You see, this is the good point, Dean J. What up, bro? Good to see you in here. Gene H. Paul, man, good to see you in here as well. When you think about it, when you think about National Women's Day, why is there a National Women's Day all of a sudden? Because women are trying to convince themselves. See, we as men can never allow ourselves to be convinced that women have as much value as we do. They're trying to convince themselves. They're trying to build a coalition of women who believe that. As a man, I'll never believe that. Man, listen, man, there is not a set of qualifications that a woman can ever have that's going to even make me commit to her in a relationship. I'm never going to be in a monogamous relationship with a woman. So if a woman is not valuable enough for me to be in a committed relationship with her, how am I going to value her over myself? Because she be in a committed relationship with me if I like her. She values me enough to be in a committed relationship with me. She values me enough to cohabitate with me. She values me enough to share bank accounts and all that other crap with me. I don't value her enough to do that at all. The simple fact is the only thing she has of value is sex and money. And I'm going to tell you the thing about money. Mess around and make your first $1 million. And suddenly her money don't even matter to you no more. Mess around and get a grip. Mess around and make the type of money that makes you comfortable in your life. Mess around and be to the point where you say, well, if a woman, if no matter what a woman does, I don't even want money from her. Then everything changes at that point. You become the man that says, well, she only has one thing of value. Only one thing. How does that work? How do you value that over yourself? Basically, all the qualifications you have, what you're doing if you put a woman over you in value, if you overvalue her, if you place more value on her than you place value on yourself, you're placing more value on her sex than you place on yourself. You're placing sex over yourself. Now tell me that. How does that even make sense? Her sole purpose is to provide you with sexual pleasure. That is why she was created. All these other things that she wants to value and want you to value, these are creations of her own mind. She looked and said, I want to be more than this. I want to be valued more than this. But it's in her own mind. Only a beta male says, well, she has more value than this. Her value is her value. You cannot suddenly start to value things that didn't have value to you before. I look at it like this. If my great-grandfather didn't value it, I don't value it. If I can't go back 100 years and see men valuing it, then I don't value it now. I go back to the time of the patriarchy. When there was a patriarchy, that is when I go back and say, okay, let me see the things that these men value and how their society was run, how they interacted with women. I make sure that I'm always on par with that. I study that. I go back sometime, I sit down. Some of the old pimps, man, I grew up with, man, they're much older men now. But you know what? Pimping never dies, it multiplies. So when I go to my hometown, man, I go back and I talk to some of those guys, man. I keep in touch with them. There's one, I'm gonna scoop one up, man. When college baseball, when college baseball gets in full swing, it's about to start, I think. It may have already started. I don't know. I got to get with him. He keeps up with it. I don't keep up with sports like that. But he likes to go watch. The University of Alabama play baseball. Man, I scoop him up, man. I try to scoop him up at least every other year, man, and take him and go scoop him up, man. Take him down there, man, and let him drink beer and eat hot dogs, man, while we chop it up. I owe him that much for putting me up on this game. I owe him that much. So I feel like anybody that's putting you up on game like this. So that's why I say, man, when I see people donating in super chats and all that, man, I feel like it's the just dessert, man, because especially if somebody's giving you a game, red pill game, because I know what that pimp game did for me, man. It changed my life. Without those guys, man, I could possibly be a beta male right now. I could possibly be on here competing with Derrick Jackson, man, selling women dreams, bro. I really could. So, it's one of those things where I sit and I say, if you don't value yourself, then you don't deserve to have the space that you have in this world. If you don't value yourself, it's almost like saying that you don't deserve to live. Because what value is the world going to assess something that doesn't value itself? People value the Mercedes-Benz, people value the BMW, people value the Lamborghini because the manufacturers have sold you on the value of it. You are your manufacturer. Of course, you're not your creator, but you're your manufacturer. The creator created you, but you came out as a mere baby. You came out as a mere infant. You created the man that you are. You manufacture this man that the people see today. And so if you can't look at what all the years you manufactured it doesn't take, listen, if you're 30, it didn't take 30 years to manufacture a car and they get all kind of value for it. You've been manufacturing yourself for 30 years, man. If you can't place any value on yourself for 30 years, then there's something wrong with you. If you can look at yourself and find nothing that you can value enough that you can assess yourself twice the value that you assess a woman, then something is terribly wrong with you. Something is terribly wrong with your mind. Something is terribly wrong with your life, man. I don't understand that. So again, number 11 is always value yourself twice as much as you value a woman. Not a little bit more, twice as much. And for some of us, that is low end. For those of us who've been red pill for years, for those of us who are so red pill that we don't even know what a blue pill tastes like, then you can even go higher than that. So, Chief Wildfire, what up, bro? Right. I'll buy one if I got it, but my value's in 96 Impala. Hey, man, you know what? That 96 Impala was killer, man. That's one of my favorite cars. That's one of all of our favorite cars of all time, man. The 96 Impala was killer, man. Anybody who knows about the 96 Impala, man, doesn't have anything negative to say about the 96 Impala, man. No, I've never heard anyone say anything negative about that car, man. Ever. No, I've never heard anyone say anything about the box Chevy, negative about the box Chevy. That was when American automakers made cars that were worth something, though. So, let's go back over this list, man, before I get to number 11. I added a bonus. Well, actually, that was number 11. I said I was going to do 10, but I actually ended up capping it off at 12. So, number 1 is nothing that a woman has is worth money. Absolutely nothing that a woman has is worth money. I don't care what you think it's worth. It may be worth that, but it's not worth money. Number 2, women don't love you. They love the feeling they get from being with you. Women don't love you. They love the feeling they get from being with you. They love to feel like they're being dominated by alpha, but then they love to feel like they're being empowered by beta. So if you're beta and you attempt to change up, she will leave you alone. If you're alpha and you attempt to be more sensitive and understanding, she will leave you alone because you have changed the feeling that she's fallen in love with. Number 3, there's only 2 types of men, pimps and simps. Every single thing that we think about in this world, every single type of man, red pill, blue pill, alpha, beta, masculine, feminine, all of those things are based on the old definitions of men, pimps and simps. You are either one or the other. There is no other way around that. You can't be both, and there is no middle ground. You are either one or the other. None of us is in the middle. None of us is part pimp, part simp. There is no such thing. That's like saying that you are part tall, part short. If your ass is 5'9", you short. If your ass is 6'5", you tall. You ain't kind of short. Nobody's gonna call a 6'5" man short. Nobody's gonna call a 5'9" man tall. If you taller than somebody, you 5'9", they ain't gonna call you tall. They gonna call you short still because they've been around tall people. Number 4, a woman will lie to you whenever it benefits her. A woman will tell you a lie when it benefits her. If a lie doesn't benefit a woman, she won't tell it. I will give women that. They do not waste lies. Men waste lies sometimes. Women don't waste lies. Women wait and they say, and they wait until a lie benefits them, and then they will tell that lie. And they don't have to cover their lies with more lies like men do. They cover their lies with emotion. They tell you a lie, they cry and whine and get upset because you don't believe them, and they make you forget about the lie. So now the lie has become a truth because she's emotionally forced you to not ride her ass about the lie, to not force her to come clean about it, to not hold her accountable for her propensity to lie when it benefits her. Number 5, the reason she can do that is because women control their emotions like children's toys. It is a game to them. Emotions are, man, listen, emotions are a game to women. It's so easy for them, man. We try to stay away from our emotions. Women embrace their emotions because they know that's their only game. Women don't have game. There ain't a woman around with game. Anybody can manipulate a beta. That don't make a woman have game. Yeah, that's right, Dean J. They shame you into not believing them, but they shame you into it by going all emotional on you. You know, they use emotion to manipulate our emotion. And that's why I say, that's why it's best to just stay out of a situation where you become emotionally attached to a woman. A woman can only manipulate, and a woman can only manipulate you emotionally if you become tied to her emotionally. If an emotional tie develops. So, number 6, women are always on the lookout for other men. I don't care how great you are. If a greater man comes along, that woman will be on the lookout for. He could get her attention. Now, the greater you are, the less likely that is to happen. But the beta male, that's why the beta male is so possessive, because at any turn, there is a man who is alpha, who is waiting, or there's a man who's less beta. If you're beta, she doesn't even have to have a man that's alpha. She just have to have the man that's less beta. If I'm less beta than you, then I'm more powerful than you. I present strength to her that you don't present. And so a woman is always she's just, even if most women do it subconsciously, they don't even know they're doing it, but they're always on the lookout for another man. Always. I know this for a fact because every time I'm somewhere, a woman can be with another man. I've had so many women flirt with me, man, with other men. The most flirting I get is from women who are out with other men. A lot of times, women who are out just by themselves, they don't pay attention to anyone, man. They be in their zone. They be zoned out, man. In their phone or some crap like that, man. Or just, ride, listen to the radio. In their car, with their phone coming through their speakers and they're talking to somebody hands-free. But when women are with other men, they are constantly on the prowl. That woman who is with you is constantly open to meeting other men. The woman who is not with anyone, she feels empowered. Now, I'm going to tell you, the same way we feel empowered being single, women feel empowered being single. The woman that's single is less likely to approach you. She's less likely to flirt with you. I mean, you just top-notch dog, the top-notch man in the venue. But the woman who's with someone, 9 times out of 10, when you meet a woman, she's already got someone. And every man that's dating women knows this. AMS says this all the time. The average woman you meet that's actually out there dating, man, already dealing with men already. So number 7, all women have freak in them, but not all women freak everybody. So if a woman is in your presence, if you're dealing with a woman and she is acting as if she doesn't have that freaky side, it's because you cannot bring it out. It's because it is not for you. It's because you can't tap that side of her. And if you could tap that side of her, it would be out. It's a waste of time. That's why you can't be out here trying to get serious with women, because you don't even know if you're going to be tapping into a freaky side. Now, this happens pretty early, but how much are you willing to invest in a woman on dates and going out and all that? That's why if you're going to date women, you got to have a cap on. AMS says this all the time. You got to cap the dates. You can't be out here dating a woman for 6 months. How you going to date a woman for 6 months, man? That don't even make sense. You know, hell, I can't think of that. I won't do one for 6 months. So these are the things you have to understand, man. You have to keep in mind that just because freak isn't coming out for you doesn't mean it's there. It's there. But what it does mean is if it's not coming out for you, then that woman isn't meant for you. It's not going to happen. It's not meant for you. Man, yeah, that's real talk, Johnny K. I wouldn't break their neck looking at me, man, when they with their man. I'm talking about break their necks. All right, number 8. This piggybacks off number 7. Women love sex as much as men do. So if a woman is with you and she's acting as if she doesn't want sex all the time, it's because you don't turn her on. See, these are some truths that men have to accept that are ego shattering. You have to be a strong-willed man to overcome some of these ideas, because a lot of these ideas are ego shattering. If you're with a woman and she's not having regular sex with you, it takes a strong-willed man to accept the fact that she's not attracted to you like that. You don't turn her on. You know how what man wants to accept that he's involved with a woman who he doesn't turn on, and that's why she's not having sex with him. That's why she's not regularly intimate with him, because he doesn't turn her on. Most men, okay, what do I need to, what's going on here? What's happening here? A lot of times it has nothing to do with you adjusting yourself. It just has something to do with that you were in such a rush to be involved with a woman that you didn't gauge the fact that the woman is not attracted to you like that. Let me tell you something. I've met plenty of women and had sex with them the first night. I don't knock those women. I don't say those women are freaks. I expect that. I expect that from women. So if it happens, it happens. But I know for a fact that when that happens, the freak comes out that woman the first night. I have an amazing experience. She does all the things that I wanted her to do and might do some things that I wasn't even thinking about. But that is what happens. That is what you have to expect. That is what you have to accept. Because women do love sex as much as men do. So you have to only deal with women that you can touch that sexual part of them that makes them open up to you. Period. That's what you have. Now, not all women are going to open up. Some women have inhibitions and they're just not going to open up to you. But the majority of women do have things that touch their minds, touch their hearts. And if you are the man that touches it, they will open up to you and they will let themselves go. Number 9, if she's not paying you or laying you, and this is the one I want you to remember. If you don't remember anything else in this stream, remember this. If she's not paying you or laying you, then she's playing you. There are only 2 things of value that a woman has. 2 things. And that is sex and money. So if she's not giving you either of those things, what are you doing? What are you thinking? What are you going for? What are you settling for? What's going on in your mind? Why are you sitting here acting as if you are in a relationship with a woman that's benefiting you when she's not giving you any of those things? You are a fool, and you are convincing yourself to be more of a fool by allowing yourself to sit in a situation where you know it's not benefiting you. And the thing is, if you stay in a situation that's not benefiting you, it will never benefit you. A woman will give you what you accept, and you deserve what you accept, but you also deserve what you demand. Demand what you want from women. And if they don't give it, you move on. Never be afraid to lose a woman. That's what I'm adding to the list. Never be afraid to lose a woman, because it ain't a loss. You can't lose a woman. You can only lose something that belongs to you. If you lose a leg, you lost something. If you lose your sight, you lost something. If you lose all your money, you lost something. If you lose all your worldly possessions in a house fire, you lost something. If you lose your hearing, you lost something. If you lose your damn mind, you lost something. You can't lose a woman. She was never yours. Anton Pierre, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate the super chat, man. Good looking out. I appreciate the super chat. So number 9 again is if she's not paying you or laying you, she's playing you. Number 10 is never settle for one woman. If you never settle for one woman, you never have to worry about a woman playing you, because she's only going to be an option. You cannot ever make a woman a mainstay in your life. All women have to be options. The moment you make a woman a necessity, the woman you make her a priority, she changes with you. And she knows when you make her a priority, because your whole mindset changes. The way you interact with her changes, especially if you've been alpha. If you've been alpha, if you've been red pill, if you've been masculine, and all of a sudden you start to go sensitive and soft, everything will change. You might as well get out of the situation the moment you become sensitive and soft, because it is done. It's over. Nothing you can say will change the way she interacts with you once you go soft on a woman who's expected you to be tight, who's expected you to be masculine, who's expecting you to be strong, who's expecting you to be in control. The moment you lose control and allow her to gain control, then everything changes. And so you must let that go immediately. Number 11 was always value yourself twice as much as you value a woman. And I do mean twice as much. You must value yourself twice as much as you value a woman, because if not, you will find yourself in situations that everything you do will be benefiting her. The worst situation that a man can ever find himself in is that everything he does every day is for the benefit of a woman, and she's got him convinced that what he's doing benefits them, not her. There is no us. A woman would never view you as us. She will say it, she will try to present it on the surface, but deep down inside, a woman views it as her and you. Not you, her, not us, not we, her and you. Because deep down in her mind, a woman is always preparing for the time when you won't be around, when she'll decide to leave, when you'll decide to leave. She's always preparing for that time, whether you're married to her, whether you're just dating her, whether you're in a committed cohabitation relationship, it does not matter. A woman is always fully preparing for the time when you two will not be around each other anymore. And even with pimps, I'll give you an example. All pimps, when a woman tries to leave a pimp, he always checks all her belongings. Because when a woman will not leave a pimp, she's not going to leave him. And I'm talking about real pimps. I'm talking about pimps and hoes. A hoe will not leave a pimp without stashing some money to the side. So anytime she says, I'm leaving. Now, if she chooses on another pimp and goes to another pimp, that's different. But if a woman says, I'm leaving you, I'm just leaving, it's because she's been chipping off the stash, man. She put a stash bag. She's preparing for the time when y'all aren't going to be together. Now, for the pimp, it doesn't matter. He's not going to beg her to stay. He's going to let her go because he values himself twice as much as he values the woman. A pimp has to have 5 to 10 women because it takes 5 to 10 women around him to equal the value of himself. That's why pimps have so many women. That is why red pill men don't want to have one woman, because one woman, there is no value. You find no value in women if you've only got one. One woman doesn't have enough value to even be around. And so that leads me into number 12. As I said, when a pimp loses a woman, he lets her go. He has her pack. That's my motto. If a woman wants to leave me, I'm going to help her pack. And then I'm going to jump clean in my cleanest threads, go out. If my whip ain't clean, I'm going to go take it and get it freshly clean, freshly done. And I'm going to go out somewhere, man, I'll ball out on myself, by myself. I'm going to celebrate because what I did is cut my grass and got a snake out of my grass. That deserves celebration, man. Snakes bite. Even the ones that are poisonous, they bite. So what you must never do, I better not ever hear a story about one of you red pill jokers, man, begging a woman to stay. Never, ever beg a woman. Please is a word that should not come out of your mouth, man. You should never tell a woman, please. It shouldn't even come out of your mouth. Never. I am telling you, you can never beg a woman. You can't beg a woman to stay. You can't beg a woman to go. You can't beg a woman to talk. You can't beg a woman to tell you what's wrong. You can't beg a woman for sex. You can't beg a woman for nothing, man. Begging is a submissive position to be in, man. That is it, man. Hey, Sal, what up, bro? I appreciate you coming through, man. Good to see you in the stream. You can never put yourself in a submission position to a woman. Let me tell you something, man. Submitting to a woman is like a lion submitting to a zebra. It's like a full-grown male lion just laying on the ground telling the zebra, you know what? I was going to eat you. I changed my mind. I'm going to lay here and let you kick the shit out of me. Just kick me until you're tired. Stomp me until I'm dead. That's what that's the equivalent of. It's never going to happen because a lion doesn't submit to the inferior. And you as a man cannot, when you submit to a woman, you are submitting to an inferior being. You know how much lower, even if you're a beta male, you know how much lower you have to go to submit to a woman? A beta male is above the strongest woman. And see, these are the type of things that people don't want to be said. I may give you a little flack for this stream, even though I haven't used hardly any profanity in here. Even though I got my guard on, so any chat message that's real crazy, it ain't even showing up on the screen, they still may give me a little flack because what I'm saying right now is the real. I'm spitting that real. I'm talking the truth, and the truth hurts those who live in lies, those who live in falsifications of the facts. Truth kills them, man. If your life is a lie, truth makes you feel like you can't breathe, you can't see, you can't eat, something's suffocating you. What's going on? I'm dying. My heart has stopped beating. My lungs are not working because this truth is suffocating me. But you know what? That's all I have to give is truth, man. My truth, your truth, whatever truth I know, that's all I can give. I don't know any lies, man. I don't know any lies. I've never held on to any lies. If there was something that I did think was truth, the moment I found out that it was not truth, I let it go. I only recollect truth, man. That is it. So these are the things, man. These are just a list of things, a short list of things I learned from pimps, man. This could go on for 100. I could put 100 things on this list, man. Because there's so much that I learned, man. So much that I learned. But all of these things are based on one principle. They're based on the principle that there's two types of men. There's pimps and there's simps. And when it comes to dealing with women, they are it's easy to distinguish between the two, shall I say. If you're a pimp, women submit to you. You're not going to have a woman who doesn't submit to you. You're not going to allow a woman to power up on you. You're not going to allow any of that. She must submit, or she must be gone. There is never a time in a pimp's life where a woman came along and stayed for more than a few minutes if she wasn't ready to submit. There is no force. I'm not going to force a woman to submit. This is what I offer you. I offer you an opportunity to be in my life only if you take this position of submission. If you don't take this position of submission, this spot is no longer available to you. You can't get in this spot and learn how to be submissive. I ain't got time to teach you how to be submissive. If you're a woman and you already lying, you know how to be submissive. What you're telling me is that you're not going to be submissive, and that's perfectly okay with me. Because you know what? When you move out of that position, there's a line of women already waiting for behind you. You have to take it. It's here for you. If you submit, if you're not going to submit, move out of the way. You're holding up my line. I'm trying to get out of here by a certain time. I got all these women to interview for this spot. Move. So that is the game, man. You cannot submit to a woman. Once you submit, nothing else applies. None of the rules of manhood apply to you if you submit to a woman, man. You lose. None of the rules of respect apply to you if you submit to a woman, man. If a woman is controlling you, man, then you are a worthless representation of manhood. We're not even talking about betas and alphas or any of that right now, man. We're talking about if a woman is controlling you, then you are a worthless representation of manhood. You shouldn't even be in a room full of men. You should go somewhere, learn yourself, because you don't belong in the realm of masculine. It's your job, it's your duty as a man to be masculine. That's who you are. You have to shun your being in order to not be masculine. You have to look at yourself and say, you are not who you claim to be. You are someone else. You cannot be who you were put here to be because the world will swallow you up and you should be afraid to be a man. You should be afraid to be masculine. Hey, man, there's going to be consequences and repercussions for you, whether you're masculine or feminine or beta or alpha. So why not just be who the hell you are and enjoy the benefits of being a masculine alpha male? There are benefits to it. There are detriments. Yeah, that's foolishness you're going to have to deal with, but everyone on earth deals with foolishness. There's no group of people on earth who doesn't deal with foolishness. But if I'm gonna deal with foolishness, I'm gonna deal with my foolishness. I'm gonna deal with the foolishness that's warranted to an alpha male. I'm not gonna deal with the foolishness that's warranted to a beta male. I'm not gonna deal with the foolishness that's warranted to an effeminate man. I'm gonna deal with foolishness that I built myself to accept. I'll accept the foolishness of an alpha male because I damn sure reap the benefits of being an alpha male. Jack From, you know what, man? Let me see, man. I need to talk. I need to talk to you, man, and see. You know, and kind of see. Just have a quick consultation with you, man, Jack From, and see. I appreciate the super chat, by the way, man. You know what, man? I'm gonna. This is my word, man. Tomorrow, by the time I come on the stream, man, I'm gonna have all the information, man, because I got this. This Jack is like the probably fifth person, man, that asked me about consultations, man. So tomorrow, man, when I come on the stream, man, I have all the information, man, for the consultation, man. I have all the information for the consultation, man. That's my word. So, Jack, if you can get on the chat tomorrow, man, it's gonna be a little bit earlier tomorrow, man. So, tomorrow is actually my son's birthday, man. I'm having a birthday party for him. So that'll be like I'll be doing that at 4, man. So, so y'all tell me in the chat, man. Tomorrow, man, is it gonna be earlier than 4? It's either gonna be 2. Maybe 1. It's either gonna be 1 or like 7:30. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and make it 1. Let's go ahead and make it 1. It's gonna be an early chat tomorrow, man. So everybody's in the stream, man. I just want to let y'all know it's gonna be an early one tomorrow, man. I gotta take care of my little mini me tomorrow, man. So, but yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna get with you on that chat, man. I don't want to, keep holding up that, man. Nah, man. You know what, man? I hadn't even got around, man, to put them up on the store, man. I've been swamped, man. I think I need yeah. Well, Tamara Reed, you went over there and became a $100 patron over there, so you get a talk anyway. So yeah, you get that chop up anyway. So, or the thing is, man, if you go over to Patreon, you can become a patron and automatically get those chats monthly, man. Get those one-on-one chats monthly, man. Hell, I got a tier, man. I'm about to put up $1,000 tier, man, where we get an in-person chop up, man. I either get you to my city, man, or out of your city, and we kick it, man. I mean, I feel like, man, what better way, man? I got to get out and touch the people, man. That's what I like to do, man. I like to get out and touch the people. I like to get out and mingle with the people, man. That's what I like to do. Yeah, it'd be 1 p.m., Johnny Cash. That's Eastern time, man. Central time. I'm on Central time. So if you're on the East Coast, man, it'd be 2 p.m. for you, which is actually a little bit later for you, but it'd be 1 p.m. for me. So, man, that's I want to go ahead, man, and cover this, man, because I know I talk about it a lot, and I know people be asking, man, well, I wanted this cat was really raised by pimps, man, or is he just saying it because it sounds good? Because I don't lie, it sounds good, man. Very interesting to hear a cat say, man, he's truly raised by true pimps. But I just want to give you guys insight, man, on some of the things that they taught me and the reason why I've never been caught up in any type of, foolish committed relationship with a woman, anything like that, man. Never been trapped in no marriage or, never been so-called in love, man. And what I want to cover tomorrow, man, is the truth about the interaction between men and women. This probably just be half of it. It won't be the full stream, man. But yeah, you know what, Jack? Yeah, you are, man. You are. And you gotta, you know what? Monday, man, I'll dial up the rewards, man, for the Patreon, and I'll start issuing the rewards for the Patreon, man. I kind of like to do them on not at the beginning of the month. So much goes on at the beginning of the month, man. I try not to cloud people's life by doing things right at the beginning of the month. Like pretty much everything in our life goes on most times. So, it's one of those things, man, where I feel like as a man, there are certain rules that we have to follow in order to protect ourselves from the detrimental aspects of life, man. There are a lot of detrimental aspects of life that you as a man can be caught up in. But one of the most detrimental is our interactions and dealings with women, man. Not because they've always been that way, but because we've allowed them to keep going down here, going in this downward spiral to the point where when you're in a relationship with a woman right now, man, you got to wrestle her for control, man. You know what I'm saying? Most men have to battle their women for control in a relationship, man. And that makes no sense to me. I don't even understand that concept. Every day you got to wake up, man. You got to battle your woman for control in a relationship. Every single thing you want to do, you gotta compromise, man. You gotta have a conversation with her about it, man. You gotta talk and possibly, debate about it, man. Or you gotta get her opinion about everything. Man, I'm not gonna be in a situation where I gotta get a woman's opinion about stuff, man. I know what I want to do. The thing is, man, I'm willing to, even if I'm in a situation with a woman, man, she's gonna have to accept this fact, man. I'm gonna be in full control. And that's the thing, women are going to accept that. I'm going to be in full control. I'm going to be the primary decision maker. If it's something that I know you have some information on, that it's your area of expertise, of course I'm going to get your opinion on it. I'd be a fool not to get the opinion of someone who has a lot of information about a particular topic. But every decision that's made in my life, man, I'm going to make it, period. I'm going to make it. And if you think you could get that in a relationship with a woman today, man, you're a fool. You simply can't get it, man. You're not going to get it. No woman alive today is going to give you full and total control over a relationship, man. They're not wired to. It's not because of anything other than they're not wired to. Any woman that was born in the past 50 years. So we ain't just talking about young women. We're talking about even if you like women in their 50s, you still can't get a woman in her 50s because she was born, she wasn't born far enough back to see the logic in that. It's been a long time since women were around who saw the value in letting a man lead, who saw the value in letting a man have control, who saw the value in allowing a man to be the head of the situation, the leader of the situation. And, if you're in a situation with a woman right now, man, and she is not giving you that control, she's not willing to allow you to have that control without any type of backlash, any type of confrontation, without being adversarial, man, you got to get out of that. Let me tell you something. The worst thing you can lose, you can't even lose all your stuff. You can only lose half of it. And this is the thing. If you got a lot, you lose half, you're still going to be okay. You're going to be able to build. If you ain't got but a little anyway, you start from scratch ain't going to set you back that bad. You need to build anyway. And the thing is, once you get rid of that dead weight and you start building, you can build a lot quicker without that dead weight. Any man who's alive, that's why we always say, get away from relationships, get away from women, and build yourself up. You could build yourself up quick if you don't have the distraction of women. And so if you're in a situation where you need to build yourself up, where you're not financially where you need to be, you're not physically where you need to be, spiritually where you need to be, mentally where you need to be, you got to separate yourself from women. You don't even have time for the headache of women. You only have time for the headache of women when you can keep women from being a headache. And when you focusing on doing something, when you're intently focused on something, you cannot afford the distraction of women. Women are a distraction. Anytime you interact with a woman, it's a distraction, unless she's doing something to benefit your growth. A woman who is dedicated to your growth is not a distraction because she fits right into schedule. She fits right in. It's a seamless transition for her to fit right into your life, to jump right in and pay what she weighs and does what she does to affect your situation in a positive manner. That is what we're doing, man. That is all that matters. If a woman is not benefiting your life, not benefiting your life in a way that she thinks is a benefit, cooking you food or washing your clothes or some bullshit like that. I'm talking about benefiting your life in a way that enhances your growth. If you're growing and that woman comes in and enhances that growth, speeds that growth up, expedites that growth, in other words, then that woman deserves to be on the team. She deserves a spot on the team. But the team is just that. Anyone who comes along and is working against the team or is a detriment to the growth of the team, if we are not better when you come along, that means we are worse. And you got to go. You got to go. And that's, man, you know what? And Jack Fromm, man, the greatest aspect of building yourself up is realizing that you need to build yourself up. Because once you realize it, you get that sense of urgency. Because every time we realize in our life that we need to build ourselves up, we look back and say, damn, I'm not where I'm supposed to be, which means we wasted time. And so we work hard to get that time back because that's what we're supposed to do. Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt, no doubt. Jack came through, man. And yeah, that's what's up, Jack. Man, that's all this is about, man. All this is about, man, is this is the thing, man. When you can, even if it takes all of us, they say it takes a nation, say it takes a village to raise a child. Man, it takes the manosphere to help a man gain his alpha energy back. And even worse than that, it takes even more than that to help a man gain energy that he's never had, Tap into energies he's never had. See, this is the thing, man. Not all of us are going to be alpha, but all of us can tap into alpha energy and alpha information and use it to change our lives. It's not about being 100% alpha. That doesn't even matter. It's about taking in alpha game and changing your life with it. You don't have to be alpha to change your life with red pill game. You don't have to be alpha to change your life with red pill information. Hell, you don't even have to be red pill to change your life with red pill information. All you have to do is take the information and apply it to your life and grind and watch it change. It's not about if you're anything, man. It's about looking at your life saying, I'm not where I need to be. How do I get to where I need to be? And if that means taking this red pill game, applying it to your life, apply it to your life till you get to where you want to be, you ain't got to claim red pill. You ain't got to claim that. All you got to claim is look at me grind, look at me grow. That's all this is about, man. It's about growth. Listen, if they find out from a new study that eating Cheerios every morning will enhance your growth, I'm going to be a Cheerio eating cat, man. I'm telling you, I don't care about anything but my own personal growth. And that is why anybody who's around me will have to enhance that. My own personal growth will have to be enhanced by your presence, or you will not be present, period. And I think we as men should all have that outlook. Because if you don't, there will be people around you who don't necessarily hurt your growth, but if they're not helping your growth, they're stunting your growth. They may not be a direct detriment to your growth, but anyone who's a waste of time is going to stunt your growth. If I'm dedicating 12 hours a day to my business and someone comes along and takes 4 hours from me every day, I'm only dedicating 8 hours to my business. How does that benefit me? It doesn't. So that is it, man. This is really just all about giving what you need to give, doing what you need to do in order to enhance your life, man, and never allow anyone in your presence who doesn't. Let me see. I forgot what it is, DJ. Let me see what you said, man. The chat going kind of slow, man. Let me see. Let me see. My thing is most guys straightforward to understand, and they will not make it their business to be difficult. They are the only human being on earth. Make it hard. Man, you said a lot of things, man. Which part are you talking about exactly, DJ? Yeah, man, that's it. Man, that's the only way to be sharpened, Jack From. The only way to be sharpened is to, the only way to be sharpened, man, is to be sharpened by steel. Steel has to sharpen steel. You can't sharpen steel with a piece of wood. You can take a whole damn tree and you can't sharpen a piece of steel with it. You can cut right through it. Right above Chalmers last. I don't hate women. I like them very much. I just don't love them. Is that the one you talking about, man? I don't hate women. I like them very much. I just don't love them. Man, I love women, dog. But it ain't no type of love where I'm gonna be all caught up and all in love, and some woman gonna be having me ripping and running around like a do boy, or I'm gonna be hurt if I ain't around her, or it ain't gonna be none of that. I mean, I love women. I love the essence of women. That's what I say, man. I love the essence of submissive women, man. So I ain't gonna say I love women. I love submissive women. I love the essence of submissive women, man. Like if you're not having women submit to you right now, man, then man, that's crazy, man. Like, so yeah, man, I love the essence of women, man. I love submissive women, man. Like, I'm alpha. And so when a woman submits, it just enhances my alpha energy, man. It just lets me know, man, that she feels my energy without me even trying. That is how I gauge where I am. Your actions are the only thing that determine where you are in life, man. How the world interacts with you determines where you are. If everybody's pushing you over and you're a pushover and everybody's taking advantage of you, then you got to look at yourself and say, why is this? Why do people see me as a pushover? Why are people trying me all the time? You have to look at yourself, because it's the energy you're putting off. And the energy I put off, man, is 100% alpha, man. Like, I have this, listen, man, I literally have this built-in sky. And you know what I'm going to talk about tomorrow too, man? I'm going to talk about some of the questionable, almost homosexual activities, man, that men do every day. And I see them And they obviously don't even think about it, or they don't think there's anything questionable about it because they do it all the time. And there's a list of things that I see, man, that I don't even partake in, man. I just see them and I'm like, are these cats really doing this, man? Like, is this supposed to be something that makes you hard or masculine or whatever? And you know, I'm gonna look into that, man. I'm looking into that. Tamarice say, man, she love my style and she'll submit. You know, it's a lot of words that you put in here, Tamarice. And I'm gonna have to put you to the test. You talk a good game, you know, but when we get on the field, I gotta see if you can catch, if you can throw, if you can run, if you're gonna hit the corner the way you're supposed to, if you're gonna hit the hole and give me some extra yards on the back end, if you can be talking about one person, or if it's gonna take 3-4 people to bring you down while you get those extra yards. Stay paid. What up, homie? Yeah, that's it, man. Play or be played. That's the only way it goes, man. You don't have an option. You know what? I'll tell you what the problem is, man. And I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up in a minute, man, because it's already almost 5:30, man. That's supposed to be at this game, man, for my son. When you think about this, Dean J, peace, homie. Appreciate you coming through. When you think about this, the problems that men have are based on the fact that we as alpha men, we as red pill men, are allowing beta males to change the narrative on what we are as men. What these women are out here thinking is based on beta males perpetuating the ideas that are in their weak, pathetic little minds. It has nothing to do with us. So a lot of the things we're dealing with when we deal with these women are 100% based on the ideas they get from dealing with these betas out here, because any woman who's in a full-fledged relationship is in a relationship with a man who is either beta or who has taken a beta position. There is no alpha man who's married. You can't be married. Listen, let me tell you something. You can marry a woman as an alpha male, but the longer you stay married, the less alpha you become, because that woman's energy is going to change you, man. It's going to change you. Period. That is the thing that you must understand. That is the thing you must understand, man. You have to know that if you do beta things, eventually your alpha essence will die. That is why you cannot be in a committed relationship. You can start off alpha in a marriage, but eventually you're not going to be alpha anymore. It's going to drain your alpha energy. It's like a cat that's ripped. You can go get ripped, be ripped. I'm talking about have the body of Adonis. Stop working out and eating right and watch what happens. You have to grind at being alpha, man. You can't just wake up and say, hey, I'm alpha. I'm just going to rest on my laurels. Man, there ain't no laurels. This is something you have to build every day, just like your mind, just like your body, just like your spirituality. You have to build your alpha essence every day, man, because you're in a beta world. You're in a feminist world. You're in a matriarchal world. You're in a patriarchal. Listen, you're in a man-run matriarchy. That's what this society is, a man-run matriarchy. That is what we're in. That is what we're dealing with. That is the life we live right now. Nothing we can do about it. We can't change it. It is what it is. That is what we're living right now. So you as a man, me as a man, us as men must always stay in alpha positions in our lives, because putting yourself in a beta, I don't care how, man, listen, I am the self-proclaimed strongest, most deeply grounded alpha male you will ever meet in your life. I profess that, and I will put that against any alpha male on the planet. We can sit and decide that, and I will put all of my money on myself. But if I put myself in a beta male position, like marriage or commitment or any situation where a woman has control in my life, I am not going to be alpha like this much longer. I am going to lose some of my edge, because when you're in a situation where a woman controls you, it makes you feel like less of a man. The very moment a woman can dictate to you where you go, how long you stay, when you come back, the very moment you have to start explaining yourself to a woman, you lose some of your alpha energy. Alpha energy is about control, not control of the world, control of yourself. Whatever they want to do in the world, alphas believe what they want to believe, think what they want to think, and they come and go as they please without being questioned, without having to explain anything. You have to, Chuck, 100%. If you can't bet on you, why would anyone else? This is not just about saying I believe in myself because that's the popular catchphrase. When I tell you this, I'll put all my money on myself because I know I don't believe I'm that alpha. I know I'm that alpha, man. I know this. Rich Life 412, that's 100%, man. Alpha translates into all aspects of life. It translates into all aspects of life. But I know the one aspect of life that men seem to begin trapped in the most is with women. So that is just the bottom line, man. You have to always have yourself in an alpha position, man. That's why I say, man, listen, even at work, if you got a job, you better damn sure be comfortable in that position and not feel like you some woman's do boy. And I feel like some woman is controlling you and not dread going in there because this woman is just, man, ain't no woman finna give me no static, finna give me no slack. Ain't no woman finna ride my back about nothing. Yeah, I ain't finna let it happen. I'll dip. I'll bounce, man. It don't matter what it is. Because for the majority of us, it ain't like we finna make, the majority of us ain't finna make $500,000 a year at our job. You know, you'd be surprised how many Americans don't even make $100,000 a year at their job. So when I look at that, I will leave if there is a woman riding me. If there's a woman that took to control me at the job, man, I'm out. No 2-week notice. I'm out. Period. Because the one thing I can do as a man is I can hustle. I can hustle with the best of them. So if I have to hustle, I will. Whatever that hustle means, I'll do it if I have to. But I'm not going to put myself in a position where a woman going to control me. So I'm not saying having a job is a bad thing. But having a job where a woman controls you is a bad thing. Having a job where a woman is riding you is a bad thing. Well, see, control is not, just because a woman is a supervisor doesn't mean she controls you. A woman can be a supervisor and still have respect for you. I guess what I'm saying about that, if you're in a situation where a woman is disrespectful to you, any situation, you have to be in a position where you are respected. Like, man, listen, it don't matter what financial ties I got to a job. If I have a woman supervisor, man, and she's disrespecting me, I'm going to let her ass have it. I'm going to let her have it. I'm going to put her in her place immediately because I can't allow it to go. I'm alpha. I can't let it go. And I can't even lie, man. In certain situations, I probably would if I could, but I can't. I can't. There is nothing in me that's going to allow me to accept that woman's disrespect just because she's my supervisor. I'm not going to do it. As soon as she disrespects me, man, I'm going to reprimand her. Now, I ain't got to, listen, I'm not going to be emotional and go to yelling and calling the woman out of her name or any of that. That's just downright feminine right there. I'm not going to even argue or debate with her. I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to pull her to the, you know what? It depends. If she confronts me in front of everybody, then even with that, man, I'm going to pull her to the side. That'll be the last time it happens because I'm going to pull her to the side and I'm going to let her know. I'm going to talk to her like a man talks to a woman. I'm going to talk to her like her man at home obviously ain't talking to her. That's why she's coming in here with this foolishness. But I'm going to pull her to the side and I'm going to say, listen, you're the supervisor here, so I didn't want to put you in blast in front of everybody in there like you just did me. Because it would have been a really emotional position for me to take. That tit for tat. Let me do it to you because you did it to me. But I'm going to tell you like this. That disrespect you just showed me in there, that cannot happen again. It simply cannot happen again. You know, I don't want to have to, you know, go into any other type of scenario to take care of this. So I'm coming to you as a man, a real man, to a woman. And I'm letting you know that that will not be tolerated. Simply. You don't have the right to interact with me that way. You don't even know me like that. So let's not let that happen again. And if she wants to get rowdy at that point, then it's going to turn into something else. Then it turns into me, you know, but most times, man, whenever I've ever responded to a woman like that in my life, she's always responded positively because she understands that I'm a man, because I didn't go into that feminine emotional space. That's the first thing. She can tell that what she did is something that crossed the line because I pull her to the side. When I pull her to the side and talk to her like an understanding father reprimanding his daughter, she responds that way. She responds in the right, man, listen, man, I'm not going to no human resources, man. I ain't got time for that. That's going to take too long. I need this woman to know right here that I'm a reprimand situation. Because this is the thing, man. I'm not going, I guess if I was at a job resource, man, just to document the situation, man, or blah, blah. But I don't really care, man. I ain't trying to make her lose her job. I don't care if she keeps her job. If it boils down to it, then I'm a dip if the woman disrespect me, man. But I'm gonna let her know up front that that's not gonna be tolerated, not by me. And I've never had a woman respond negatively to me on that, man. You know, I don't want to go to human resources, man, and you know, put a file in on a woman, man. I don't want to go that far with it. I feel like as an alpha male, I can go talk to a woman and she'll respond to my alpha energy the way she should as a woman. That's just it. She never been checked, and so she'll be checked. Jack From, holler back tomorrow, man. Holler back tomorrow, man. I have that information for you. Dan F and Dizzle, appreciate the super chat, man. Appreciate it. Good looking out. So, you know, it's just one of those things, man, where I'm not going to allow a woman to get away with it for 1 minute. I'm gonna check her about it. And after that, man, you know, the chips gonna fall where they may. Because the thing is, even if a woman respond to it negatively and disrespect me again, that time, man, I'm gonna talk to a man like a mad father, like a father that's ready to, you know, dole out some consequences and repercussions. And then I'm not gonna spare her the embarrassment of getting checked in front of everyone. See, there are people who need to be checked in front of a crowd. There are people who respond to you pulling them to the side. There are people who need to be embarrassed in order to feel what you're saying. And that's just what I do, man. Like, I believe, I'm old school, man. I was raised by pimps. I believe that if a woman does something and she needs to be reprimanded, you reprimand her. You put her in her place, period. Not from a place of anger, but from a place of principle. So, you know, and that's why I don't mess around in the corporate world, Chuck, man. That's why, man, I've always figured out, just done everything in my power to figure out a way to monetize my talents, man. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather do that because I'm not going to be in a position, man, where I'm going to be checked about nothing, man, and have to deal with no foolishness, man. I'm good. I don't want to learn. If I'm in the corporate world, I'm in the corporate world on the top rung of the ladder, or so high up the ladder that, you know, ain't nobody going to be coming at me sideways. So I don't want to be in a position where I got to go to HR. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I don't knock anybody who does, but I'm not wired for that. Where, you know, I'm gonna have to interact with a woman that's in a supervisor position of anything over me, man. It's gonna be, yeah, man. Give not that strength to a woman. People don't even know what that means, man. Give not that strength to a woman, man, is about not just going out here freaking around with all these women. The one way we men give our strength to women, man, is sexually. You give a woman a whole lot of testosterone, you taking a whole lot of estrogen when you have sex, man. So I don't think people look at that scripture and see that it applies to that aspect of life as well. So it doesn't say don't give your strength to a woman in a particular kind of way. It says give not that strength to a woman. So they're saying to give not that strength to women. But give not that strength means give not that strength. Any of that strength. Wherever that strength comes from, whatever kind of strength we're talking about, give not that strength to a woman. And that's just how I go, man. Kenny Two Draw said, man, he had to go to EEOC, man, on the flagrant. Yeah, see, man, that's the thing, man. I ain't got time to deal with that, man. You know what I'm saying? She's got to know. She got to know I ain't playing with her, man. It's 20 minutes to 6, man. I need to get over into this game, man, before this thing be over, man. I need to get over here, man, and take care of this. Oh, man, I appreciate everybody coming through the chat, man. It's a pretty good chat, man. The numbers got up pretty high, man. I appreciate that. You know, I think this might have been my best one here, man. So, you know, this was 10-10, man. I appreciate it. Numbers got up a little high, man. I ain't gonna even lie, man. I'm impressed, man. You know, I kind of like that, man. You know what, man? I got my Bible right here, man. Let me open this thing up. Go to Proverbs 31:3. I'm finna pop it over right now, man. All right, here we go. Proverbs 31:3. Bang, got it. I got one of the old Bible, man, with the big pictures in it, man. Let me see. All right, 31:3. Give not thy strength unto women. Yeah, it says not to women, unto women, man. I got an old Bible, man. It might have been changed in like the New King James Version or somewhere. It says, give not thy strength unto women, know thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Give not thy ways, give not thy strength unto women, know thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. That's cold game right there, man. So, look, man, I appreciate everybody coming through, man. It was great, man. It was 10-10, man. I enjoyed having everybody through. Tamara Reese, I appreciate you coming in here wilding out. Sean Parker, man, I appreciate it. All right, AP, I see you hung around a little bit, man. Dan effing Dizzle, man, I appreciate it. Rich Life 412. Anthony English. Oh man, she already dropped it off, man. Let me see what she dropped off up here, man. I think she dropped off 35. Yeah. Tamara Reese already dropped off 35 in the super chat, man. You know, it's a little bit super chat. What's up? Yeah, she dropped off 35 in the super chat already, man. She be supporting the cause, man. She be supporting the movement, man. I can't even knock her for that, man. All right, man. I'm gonna get on out of here. It was gravy, man. 20 with a side of mixed sauce. One more foot. That boy, that crazy, man. Chuck Spencer, man, that boy a real live comedian, man. So, like, hey, man, look, tomorrow chat, man, will be at 1 p.m., man. 1 p.m. It'll be at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, which will be 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're on the East Coast, man, it'll be early as hell, man. It'll be 11 a.m. on the West Coast. So, you know, if you're up at 11 on the West Coast, man, go ahead, come on through. Everybody else come on through. Mike G, what up, bro? What up? I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. And that, man. So, as always, man, get out here, man. Be safe out here, man. Elevate higher. Peace, bro. I appreciate that, man. Everybody, man, go out here, man. Avoid these beta males. Ken 82 draw, no doubt, man. No slacking. No slacking. Everybody, man, avoid these beta males. Keep them out your face. Go out here, man. Chase your paper. Stay up, build yourself up, man. Don't let nobody pull you down. And it's always alphas up, betas down. Peace.